Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark and today we are going to be doing another drawing piggy characters, and it's been a while because I don't know, I just kind of lost touch with drawing them. I was just like, okay, I don't know how long I should keep this up, or if I should do more. So yeah, I'm so excited because today we are drawing the Insolence Overseer, guys, and yeah, this was honestly a very fun piece to make. This piece took, I want to say, about it took over 4 hours, like 4 hours and 47 minutes, I want to say. So yeah, I'm so happy that I got to do this. Cause like literally, I was nervous at first when going back into art again, because I was like, okay, I haven't done art in a while, so I don't know how this is gonna go. Okay, this could either go really well, or this can go very terrible, and it could be one of my worst pieces ever, because like I was pretty rusty, when starting back. So I was like, what if this doesn't turn out good, but then I was like, you know what, okay, let me go ahead and let me just draw, because for one, little backstory, I was working on something behind the scenes and it just became so stressful. So whenever I I'm so stressed out and everything, I just go to one of my peaceful places, and that's drawing. So I just had to draw, I was like, you know what, I haven't drawn in a while, let me give it a try today. And it was very therapeutic and very nice. So I was so happy that I was able to get back in art that way. It was just like art was calling me again, so I was like, let's just do this. So yeah, this was one of the pieces that I was thinking about. I was like, okay, how am I going to execute this? How am I going to do this? Because I already knew that this is going to be a very difficult thing and time consuming one. So I was up for the challenge. So if you guys don't know who this mysterious man is, he is the Insolence Overseer. That is the proper name that the Piggy fandom wiki has established for him. So he appeared in the end of chapter 10 of book 2, basically the temple. He was in a cutscene, and it was just like a whole insight to where Bunny and Zizzy and Doggy had been, what I mean. And it was just a cutscene about how basically we were special. It was on our head, obviously, but it was so cool to see, and the design for the character was amazing. So that's why I was like, okay, I have to draw this. That was the first thing on my mind when I was watching the cutscene. And chapter 10 obviously is one of my favorite chapters from the game, in its entirety, because literally the cutscene was freaking amazing. We got so many clues and everything to what could happen next, and we got to actually see where Zizzy, Bunny, and Doggy were, where they were, what they were doing, basically. So yeah, I really thought that we were gonna have to choose what to do as well in that cutscene. I was like, okay, can we choose whether or not we listen to him? Because it was so cool. But yeah, let me know down below, do you guys trust this man? Or yeah, because apparently we have a gift, because we didn't get infected in chapter 1. We got hit by the bat in house. So yeah, I don't know, let me know what you guys think about that. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the pieces. I have not done that yet. So I will say, I decided to try a different technique from what I usually did, and I was so happy with the way that came out. I'm gonna start doing this more often, when I do art pieces now. I decided to do just regular lines, I can't say that word, regular lines, and it's what? Mark did regular lines for once? He didn't do these extra thick lines? I know, except for the head. And yeah, I just want to see how it would come out. And I was like, okay, if I want to have flexibility, I had to make the lines not too thin, but pretty thin. So I decided to do that. So yeah, and yeah, now I will say, when I was drawing the scarf and everything, and the hat and everything and stuff like that, I did I did obviously look at a reference of him online, but I did take some inspiration from other art pieces that I've seen online. There was a lot of great ones. And yeah, there's so many creative people on Twitter. I seen one of them on Twitter, and I was like, okay, that is freaking cool. I cannot wait to draw mine. So yeah, I got inspiration from one of those on Twitter as well. And yeah, it's honestly so cool. I think that's one of the coolest things about art, is that everybody can like, you know, take their own you know, turns and like, you know, ways of like, you know, doing things, and it's so cool. Like they can just like, you know, make it their own, which is amazing. Like I could have went like, you know, with you know, completely different like, you know, pose, and I could have made him like do something like very different and make it feel like it was the same person, but like, you know, he was in a different type of situation, you know what I mean, which I thought like, you know, would have been fun to do. But I decided to like, you know, stay true with the story. But yeah, I'm always up for like doing different things like that, and like, you know, trying new things as well. So yeah, I decided to you know, at first I was like, you know, debating on whether or not I should like, you know, do cartoony for like the shading, but I decided to go with realistic. Okay, cartoony for me personally is like, you know, it's not like, you know, for me personally, as you guys can see with other various pieces, I've like tried it before, and I don't know, I just like didn't like, I don't know, I mean, it looked okay, but like it just looked weird to me. I guess it's because like the fact that you've been staring at it for so long, so when you see it yourself, like when the artist sees like a shadow in like a cartoony way themselves, it looks like weird. You're like, oh wait, that's just like a different color, it doesn't look like shadow. So yeah, but I had to get a little creative with like the flower. I decided to like, you know, use the airbrush for that, and I like, you know, just like played around with it, and I thought it turned out so well. So yeah, you know, not everything has to be like, you know, formal when drawing. Like the lines don't have, you don't have to always like, you know, draw lines or everything, you know what I mean. Like you could make things, you know, with just like color, which I think is really cool as well. So yeah, now at first I thought the eye patch, like, you know, the strap for the eye patch was black, but I then found out that it was actually brown, so I did change that up. I'm so happy that it was actually brown, because like I wasn't sure like how I was going to like make it look like it had like, you know, a realistic tone to it if it was black. You know, obviously I would have thought of something, because like, you know, whenever I go into these art pieces and stuff, I always like do you know, find ways to you know, make it fit my perspective and everything. So yeah, now I was nervous to draw the eye, because, well, I mean, I was nervous to draw the face overall, because like, you know, obviously the face is like a huge thing. It's like a very big thing when you're like doing art. It's like a thing that makes or breaks the piece. So I was like, okay, let me not mess up on the eye. I you know, played around with it, and like it looked very creepy from the way that I like, you know, was close up and like and everything. I was like looking at it close up, and I was like, okay, this is pretty creepy. I don't know why he looks like that. And then like, you know, when the smile got added on, I was like, okay, it's starting to look like him, but it needs like something different, you know. Like I was obviously you know, going to make the teeth, you know, with my style, like, you know, with like the lines and everything that I usually do, like, you know, thin lines. But I wasn't like, you know, sure on how they were gonna look. I was like, okay, what if it just looks like, you know, too blended in and messy and stuff? Like, what if it doesn't look like actual teeth, and it just looks like, you know, some cardboard figure piece thing? You know what I mean? So I was like, you know, a little scared about that, but you know, it came out very well, which I was so happy about. Also, the hands were very hard to draw as well, but I was so happy with the way they came out at the end. Like it was so worth it, like, you know, actually taking my time on drawing the hands and everything. Like literally, I was glad with the way that came out. So yeah, you know, shading, I, you know, didn't like, you know, go too hard with the shading. I wanted to like, you know, kind of go lighter and like try something different. Like usually I would like, you know, spend extra time and stuff. I mean, I did like, you know, spend like a pretty good time with shading, like I want to say around 20 to 30 minutes like I usually do. But I decided to you know, instead of going like, you know, with darker strokes and stuff on this ends and stuff of the piece, I decided to use just like a very light like color for like the ends and stuff like that. So yeah, I thought that worked out pretty well. I could have just said white. I don't know why I said light, but yeah. Anyway, I am moving on to the hat now. I will say, when you're like working with the airbrush on this app, and like, you know, trying to make things look like they have like shine or like glimmer to them, it looks strange, you know what I mean? So you really had to like experiment with it and just like try to keep redoing it and like, you know, making it in lighter strokes, you know what I mean? Because like if it's like too dark with like the you know, white and everything, it could just look like a white spot, which I didn't want. So yeah, now we are moving on to the portal. I was very nervous when doing this, because I was like, okay, I was like getting intimidated, because I was like, okay, I've never drawn this myself before. I've never drawn like, you know, anything like that. So it was nerve-wracking at first, but then I finally like, you know, just thought of a technique, and I was like, okay, you know what, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's you know, a portal, and it's like an imperfection one, you know what I mean? Like portals have imperfections, which is fine. So yeah, I just like, you know, created that one, and I like thought it looked so cool up close. Like at first I was gonna have like one big one in the middle, you know what I mean, but then I was like, okay, let's just do like, you know, the ones on the sides, you know what I mean, like, you know, actually make it look like there's a bunch of different, you know, portals behind him. So yeah, anyway, we are just signing the name down, and yeah guys, this is the Insolence Overseer. There it is. That is him. That is him. Well guys, thank you guys so much again for watching. Please let me know down below where you guys would rate this on a scale from 1 to 10. I'm so happy with the way that this came out, and yeah, these will also be on the you know, merch in my store as well. So yeah, you guys can go check it out on my group. It's in like the description. So yeah, feel free to do that. I just recently started putting out art you know, on t-shirts and everything, which I'm so happy about. So I'm so glad that we get to like, you know, add our little Insolence man to the collection. So yeah guys, thank you guys again for watching. This was honestly so much fun, and yeah, my name's Mark, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!